Top Sport Kazino lažybos. Top Sport lažybos. Dalyvaudamas azartiniuose lošimuose gali prarasti ne tik pinigus.
Eimantas Stanionis.
Labas, Kaunas. Jausmas yra geras, iš tikrųjų visada tai buvo mano svajonė kovoti Lietuvoje ir ypač savo mieste. Ir dar Žalgirio Arenoje, tai tikrai nieko negali būti nuostabiau, čia tik svajonė.
Very ready. It's been a long time coming. I'm definitely the underdog, but he's definitely gonna come up short.
Žiūrėdavau krepšinio varžybas, visada įsivaizduodavau viduryje, kad bus ringas ir aš išeisiu, aš kovosiu.
Every time I sleep, I think about his name. When I wake up, I think about his name. I see my hand being raised as the winner. That's cool.
Sakau, tu atrodai kaip jautukas, žinai, toks.
What is the game plan? Crack a rib. We also can't take a proper body shot. Let's show him how a proper body shot looks like.
Jis labai toks unikalus, sakyčiau, kovotojas, nėra toks standartinis, kad žinotum, iš kurios trajektorijos smūgiai ateina.
Mes turim savo taktiką ir kaip jis ten besiboksuotų, bus riesta jau.
Kaip sako, akis nemeluoja, tai tikrai matau, kad jisai pasiruošęs ir nusteikęs maksimaliai viską padaryti, nes jisai atvyko čia ne šiaip. Esu skolingas savo fanam kovo Lietuvoje, nes dauguma fanų keliasi 4-5 ryto stebėti mano kovas.
Eimantas Stanionis.
Iš tikrųjų didelis jaudulys man yra viduje, nes vis tiek daug labai pažįstamų žiūrės mane gyvai po tiek daug metų kovojant.
I've got nothing to lose, but I think he's got everything to lose and I have everything to gain.
Noriu visiems padėkoti, kurie atvykote manęs palaikyti ir kaip visada padovanosiu gražią ir gerą kovą. Aš žinau, kad jisai atvyko į Lietuvą, viską atiduos maksimaliai, jisai nori užkovoti mano teritoriją, viską, ką aš turiu, mano reitingus, tai aš to tikrai neleisiu.
Fighting for blue corner. He's 32 years of age. His height is 180. 16 wins and 2 losses throughout his professional boxing career. Former owner of African Continental Belt, bronze medalist at Youth Commonwealth Games from the Republic of South Africa, SEPS Pro Elite Boxing, JABULANI MAKHENSE. Fighting for red corner. He's 31 years of age. His height is 1 meter 74 centimeters. 15 wins and only a single loss throughout the whole professional career. A hometown legend in his homecoming. Number 2 in welterweight world rankings in the Ring Magazine and WBA. Former, first, the one and only so far WBA boxing champion of the world. That is Lithuania's own. Kaunas, atiduokim visą savo meilę, gerklę ir širdis. Eimantas Stanionis. Kova vyks pagal bokso taisyklės. 10 raundų po 3 minutės. Boxing rules, 10 rounds, 3 minutes each. Your referee of the fight, Dodge Milkey.
Martinez,
This is history.
it doesn't get better than this. The atmosphere is electric. Lithuania is ready. Kaunas is ready. The fighters are ready. The time is now. JABULANI MAKHENSE, Eimantas Stanionis. 10 rounds.
Man, I'm Lithuanian and I can't believe I'm seeing this with my eyes.
Let's get it on now. As we expected, Eimantas stepping forward, pressuring JABULANI right away from the very first seconds of the first round. Nice little jab and a body hook from Stanionis.
Eimantas is already using his pressure, trying to control the distance with the jab, cutting off the angles. JABULANI is just responding, but there's not much power in both of the fighters' punches. They're just trying to touch Sevilla.
They're scouting. They're seeing what the other fighter wants to throw. They know their tendencies, but what's the game plan for this fight? The game plan so far, Stanionis is moving forward and he's trying to find that body hook. Like you said, Martynas, it all starts from the jab by Stanionis. He has great fundamentals. He has a disciplined defense. That shell that he has is hard to hit through.
JABULANI right now is tentative to throw from countering positions. He's shelling up on the ropes. He needs to respond to Eimantas' output, but right now Eimantas is just moving, weaving, throwing the body a lot, and that creates opportunities for him.
JABULANI with a couple of hooks to the body. Another couple of hooks from JABULANI MAKHENSE there. And a response from Eimantas right back at it. The crowd is riled up. They're chanting Eimantas' name. And Eimantas is going forward, throwing those hooks to the head, to the body.
Again, the response from JABULANI, a pretty strong hook to the body.
But so far, good defense. Good defense from MAKHENSE. Has his hands up. He's not opening up too much.
And
he knows the power is coming.
Those awkward lateral movements from MAKHENSE, that's what we have been talking about to the lead up to this fight. It looks awkward, it looks strange, but somehow it works.
Now Eimantas got MAKHENSE in the corner.
Again, the body work from Eimantas. This is making a significant impact, especially when we know we are fighting 10-round fights, and if we are doing this so early in the fight, we are building momentum for later rounds.
MAKHENSE on the back foot so far this whole fight, finding some success with the hooks to the body at least, and trying to establish that jab by himself too. Eimantas with a sharp jab and a follow with the right hand to the body. A couple of hooks and a nice straight,
another one.
Straight on the chin of MAKHENSE.
What I'm seeing right now is MAKHENSE is not using his reach. He's not trying to control the distance from Eimantas with jabs, with long hooks. He's not using the biggest strength he has in this fight.
And now we send it to the corners to hear what the coaches got to say. As we heard, Stanionis' coach wants more diversity in striking. He wants both hands to be involved, not just one side, attack both sides. Open MAKHENSE up by just attacking on each side of the body and then going to the head.
Right now, Stanionis is doing everything he needs to do. He's pressuring MAKHENSE into corners on the ropes, trying to fight on the inside. Body shots, uppercuts, that's his arsenal. MAKHENSE needs to put Eimantas at range. He needs to use that reach. He needs to create the distance and then look for the openings.
And we know Eimantas is not necessarily a knockout power puncher. He likes to wear opponents down just like this. with these kind of shots to the body, with these kind of shots to the head. He wears them down, and then he usually gets the finish. That's what he's working on early now. There was a nice uppercut there from Stanionis. Makhense on the back foot to start the second round again. There are some openings for Stanionis to find, especially when Makhense tries to counter-punch, and we see some flair there from the African fighter.
And you see Makhense is trying to actually find those counters from exchange positions in a very close distance. And again, here
that was a nice shot by Stanionis. Nice straight right. And actually, Makhense is really keeping his left hand pretty low. That might be an issue later on if Stanionis manages to find an overhand right or a hook.
But I can see Makhense trying to pick it up a little bit.
Oh, the nice check hook by Stanionis.
But that relentless pressure. Makhense is not on his home turf, and Stanionis is just right in his face for the second time in a row, for the second round in a row, and nothing is going to change the whole night if Makhense doesn't find any other way to mitigate that.
He has to keep his hands up, because Stanionis is a dangerous puncher. If he lands clean, he can knock him down.
Both fighters are enjoying this. Stanionis likes the cheers and the boos, and Makhense is liking the punches from Stanionis too. He's smiling, he's talking, he's saying no. This is an entertaining fight in our hands.
45 seconds left in the very second round of this fight. Stanionis still pushing forward. Mackenzie's in the corner. A nice body hook, a couple of those to follow again.
Yeah, Makhense saying no.
He's shaking his head, but no. Usually when fighters do that, they actually feel it the most.
Yes, you're right, Gitas.
Again, a battle of jabs. Both fighters trying to establish the jab. Now a jab to the body by Stanionis. Nice little combo there, and a big hook that just missed Mackenzie's head. 10 seconds left. Stanionis' pressure is only growing. Nice little return from
Makhense is
Makhense.
responding from the counter position. And that's an entertaining end to the round.
We got ourselves a fight.
Look,
what can I say?
I'm trying to come up with the theory. Why is Makhense not starting as efficient as we thought he would be in the countering positions from long distances, throwing the jab, throwing the left hook. But right now, I think he's trying to drag this out.
Now let's see what the corners got to say to their partners. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for the third round of this bout. JABULANI MAKHENSE versus Eimantas Stanionis. Here we go. Stanionis, once again, right away taking the center of the ring, pushing Makhense to the ropes. He wants to control the ring. He needs to do that in order to wear Makhense down. And right away, we see the same story all over again.
And the body work just keeps on coming from Stanionis.
Wow, what a nice straight
right hook, but JABULANI seems to have taken it nice, but he have felt it. The sting was there.
He can't take too many of these. Eimantas Stanionis with some nice shots to the head.
He's switching the levels very fast right now. He works that body, he wore it down, now he's going for the head.
And a lot of straight punches now coming from Eimantas. And now Makhense on the offensive. A flurry of punches, short punches.
Quick lateral movement, spinning of Stanionis around and trying to respond with the combination of his own.
Stanionis with a jab. Misses there with a straight. Makhense trying to punch back. Trying to earn some respect from Stanionis. So far, not so successfully. There have been a couple of moments that he had in this fight. Stanionis with the jab again, entering the close range. And these short little body hooks. Each of them adding up throughout the fight.
The pressure from Stanionis is becoming overwhelming. As you saw, they were clinching. Stanionis punched the body a few times with the power enough to break the clinch and actually get into a fighting stance again.
What a motor demonstrated by Stanionis. Nothing new, but every single time it's as impressive. A couple of
huge
shots there, the body and the uppercut.
And he pressures the Jabulani on.
1 minute left in this fight. Stanionis feels that he can hurt his opponent now. McKenzie on the retreat. Another nice shot by Stanionis.
He's eating up the body. He's really chopping down the wood down there.
That was a big swing and a miss from Eimantas Stanionis. McKenzie's shaking his head, but I think he's feeling those punches, especially the ones to the body.
He's not responding with much.
Jabulani's hands are going down and more as the fight progresses. Nice try from Eimantas and a nice counter by McKenzie here. Body hook. Final seconds of the round.
McKenzie is doing some things right. He is finding his glimpses and the moments where he can really shine, especially from a long distance counterattacks. That's his main sweet spot. But Eimantas work for 3-round, relentless pressure, body work, wearing down his opponent. This is like putting money to a piggy bank. And you're gonna get a cash out later.
I feel like Stanionis' punches are making impact now. The more the fight goes on, the more these shots hurt Jabulani McKenzie. Even though he might not show it, you can see it on the impact, the way that he retreats after those shots. He winches a little bit. We'll see how that will affect him further. All this body work, I think it'll start wearing him down a little bit. All of these accolades you can see on the left side of your screen right now. And we go again. Round number 4. We have a total of 10 rounds possible. And Eimantas Stanionis starts yet another round with the same amount of pressure he did in the first 3. McKenzie backing down. The jab and the hook are the main weapons that Stanionis is using in this fight.
As I said, if McKenzie fires from a long distance, he's finding some success. But right now, this is all Stanionis game. This is all Stanionis game. Close distance, body work, switching up the stances. But Jabulani is just firing.
Nice shot by Stanionis. But it seems like McKenzie is there. He's there. He's still defending, blocking all these punches coming his way. There were a couple of clean ones landing straight to the head and the body of McKenzie.
You have to give it to him. McKenzie has some chin on himself. To take a punches like that from a puncher like Stanionis and keep on fighting and keep on showing will to fight, this is a huge deal for him.
Snapping jab there from McKenzie. And a nice little overhand try. Stanionis just keeps doing the same thing he has. And now he's finding success with these punches.
But Jabulani just shakes it off and says, bring it on.
McKenzie wants it, but we'll see for how long, because this will never stop. Oh. Big shots being thrown right here.
He needs to respond. There is no response from Jabulani. Yes, he can take a punch. Yes, he can survive the Stanionis out, but so far...
Now he's responding. Now he's responding.
But he needs to make that pressure from himself. He needs to have that significant strikes thrown in this fight. Otherwise, it's just a walk in the park if you're getting beat.
37 seconds left in round number 4. Stanionis once again got his opponent in the corner, pressuring him this whole fight so far. JABULANI MAKHENSE trying to throw some uppercuts. Lacking a little bit of a setup there with the jab. Kind of predictable with his punching. Stanionis now. 10 more seconds to make a final impression to the judges. And that's how you end the round. That's how you end the round. Eimantas Stanionis, another dominant pressure, full of pressure round. I don't know what JABULANI MAKHENSE needs to do, but nothing is working very well for him yet.
Look, the only thing I can think of, he's trying his high guard, he's getting into a corner very tight in his hands, and he's just trying to maybe wear Stanionis down, maybe slow him down a little bit, but that's not the case with a fighter like Eimantas. He has stamina, he has fought in a 12-round fight for the title, he knows how to pace himself in a high-paced fights, and those body shots, they are not wearing your opponent down, they're wearing you down, and you get those little breaths out when you get hit in the body, and this what slows you down. And I don't know, I want 100%. To see some counter-punching, but...
You don't wear an opponent down by taking punches, that's for sure. And here we go with round 5.
Look, we're in the middle of a fight. We have in the middle of a fight, and this is the time to turn some pages for JABULANI, or otherwise it might be too late. But Eimantas is, again, doing the same work in the same ways, jab, switching levels, and then establishing himself with the body hooks and then going to the head. And this is the same story we've been having the whole night.
As a shorter fighter, it's what he needs to do, and he's doing it successfully. There was a couple of good hooks there for MAKHENSE, but the volume of punches is definitely on the side of Stanionis. Again, a couple of body hooks, followed by some body hooks and a hook to the head by Stanionis. A lot of these punches really just going into the block of each other's. But we've seen some clean looks. We've seen some nice, sharp punches from both of these fighters already.
They wear a lot of punches, wear clean, but they weren't as significant to actually have a major impact, at least in the round. So it's all about the output right now, not the significant punches.
And it's about moving forward. The judges see that too. Eimantas Stanionis is controlling the ring for the first minutes, for the first half of the fight, really. And so far, so good for the Lithuanian, fulfilling his dream. Nice there, nice punch, nice right overhand.
You have to give it to JABULANI. This is the most active he has been in the fight in this 5th round, but still, his most active stage is nowhere near the output that Eimantas can still produce, even with JABULANI working.
Imagine how mentally tough it is to just see this opponent who keeps walking towards you. Round and round again, he keeps stepping forward, doesn't give you any space to breathe. This must be tiring both physically and mentally.
Mentally especially, because you have no place to actually sit and rest. You don't have spacing. You're not creating it. You're always eating punches. You're always in a danger. You're always in a high adrenaline situations, and it's constant pressure mentally first.
And physically too, you can see that MAKHENSE is actually breathing really hard now with his mouth wide open. A couple of nice punches there from Eimantas Stanionis. He's landing and landing and landing. These are accumulating. So far, domination in the first 5. Some big shots from Eimantas. And we go into the round 6.
We're halfway through, 5 rounds remaining.
We have talked with you, Gytis, about it in a few other fights which were in boxing, but if you have a guy who's pressuring you all night long, you have to have that one punch who makes your opponent afraid of you and gives the respect you have to have if you need to survive the other rounds. If Makhense cannot land that one clean, really strong counter punch, he cannot slow Stanionis down.
I believe so. I don't think he has that power in his hands to do it with a singular shot. That's why we need to see more output. As you've been saying this whole fight, he needs to throw more punches. He needs to try to hurt Stanionis with a combination, not singular punches backing down.
But what Stanionis is doing is just close to spectacular. He chose his style. He's implementing it perfectly. He doesn't make almost no mistakes this whole fight, and this is a masterclass on the showing. Stanionis is now coming.
Big right there from Stanionis.
Another one lands.
Stanionis really tense, high-pace pressure once again to start round number 6.
And you have to understand, Stanionis is a guy who went overseas to the United States for the whole of his professional career, away from home, away from the family, and right now, after all these belts, after a tough loss, he's coming back home and putting on a masterclass which has never been seen on Lithuanian soil before.
What a big shot there to Makhense's head. I think he's hurt a little bit. A little bit of time has gone by. Makhense's recovered. He's trying to attack the body of Stanionis, and now the jab. Popping jab to the head of Eimantas Stanionis. Just that constant work of the body and the head. Switching it up. One level first, the other next. You really don't have any opportunity to rest and relax here.
I think all of you who's watching at home, you can hear those snaps in Stanionis punches, but here on the ringside, those are just cracking.
JABULANI MAKHENSE going backwards one more time. Trying to find the distance with the jab, set up some straight shots with his backhand. Stanionis is still moving forward. Maybe his output has gone down a little bit. Not as active with the punches, Eimantas is, and a big one right here. He was waiting for that one. He was being patient. Ooh, big shots to the body and up top. Eimantas Stanionis swinging wild now. Wild but composed. 40 seconds left in round number 6.
Of course, the output has slowed down a little bit, but we have to remember this is 10-round fighting, and you have to pace yourself, even if you're winning a fight. And if you're doing this right now as dominantly as Eimantas Stanionis, you just cannot rush yourself too much, too early.
Gotta keep that energy in the tank left for those next 4 rounds. Nice little straight there. Straight jab to the head of Makhense. Ooh, big shots again. None of them landing really clean. Big swing and a miss from Makhense. And we got ourselves round number 7.
I think Eimantas is winning this in a spectacular fashion right now.
I don't have any arguments to tell you that JABULANI MAKHENSE won at least a single round in this fight so far. When you're always going backwards and you're just absorbing a lot of punches, even if it's into your block, you're still losing the fight.
You just have to enjoy this moment, because we are making history right now here in Lithuania, you know? You always, all the people who are here, they watch Stanionis at home, they watch the broadcast, they watch him win the belt, but they have never had a chance before to actually see him live and to feel with their eyes, firsthand, here in Žalgirio Arena, what kind of athlete does Lithuania have. And Eimantas, there is no surprise right now, I think, for all of us, that he is number 2 in the world.
And round 7 starts again with Eimantas stepping forward, putting JABULANI straight back into the corner he came from. The jab is there. A nice little combination there from Eimantas. And JABULANI responds with some shots to the body. some shots, but that's really not enough, is it, Martinez?
Those shots are coming, but there is no power behind them. That's the problem. He can land. Sometimes he can find openings, but when he does, he doesn't put any power into it, and that creates huge opportunities.
Maybe he doesn't have the power. Jabulani is not a power puncher. He has knockouts on his resume, but it's more about his timing. It's more about finding openings. It's not the pure power in his hands. And of course, Eimantas Stanionis has impeccable defense. That's something to mention too. All these shots, these little shots that go into the block of Stanionis that don't really do much impact. And Stanionis, meanwhile, pushing his opponent backwards. All these hooks, all these uppercuts. Another body shot. Mackenzie trying to find the openings, but it's really difficult when you get these bombs being thrown at you. Stanionis now again, pressuring Jabulani Makhense. I'm like a broken record, but that's what we're seeing. Pressure that's so relentless, it's hard to ignore. That was a big hook that connected there for Stanionis. Nice jab to the body there by Eimantas. Trying to find that knockout blow for his home crowd. 1 minute left in round number 7. And Eimantas just cutting any corners off. He's not letting Jabulani get out of the position. Big shot there with the left. And a nice one with the right to follow. Eimantas Stanionis. He's got Makhense on the ropes now.
The only thing that surprises me even more than the output and the masterclass that Stanionis is putting out is the chin of Jabulani Makhense.
That is true. Not just the chin, but the ability to absorb all these body shots. It's a lot of body work we've seen from Eimantas Stanionis. Big shot there.
That was a big one again, but Jabulani is just shrugging them off right now.
He's eating everything up. Still standing, still there. Just a couple of seconds left in round number 7. And there we are. We're going into round 8. Wow. Like you said,
Eimantas is just enjoying himself right now in the corner. He's doing everything right. I just want to hear what the coach of Eimantas Stanionis, Vidas Bružas, has to say to this fighter.
Kaip jauties? Ką? Žiūrėk, Eimantai, paeik kairių šonį. Nu, tu prieėjai ten, pakaišėjai tą kairę, čia, muši dešinį. Kairių baig, kairių pagauna, nepastebi. Pagauna. Nu, tai pabaig kairių, nemuški vieną smūgį, gerai? Nu, nebus zabraukės į vieną, kitus smūgį. Padubliuok ir nuo patris, nuo pradžio nuo dešinės. Ir padubliuok, ir baig kairę. Pakartuoji. Viskas sueina.
All right, Martinez, give us a little summary of what you heard from the corner there.
He needs to finish with the left. That's what the coach was saying. If he goes inside and he punches through the body, he wants to see a left hook going to the head, and
because that's been landing.
That has been landing for a long time.
Again, Eimantas got his opponent pressured to the ropes, chasing him down. And Mackenzie's trying to respond, but so far, like you said, not many of these punches carry power. Mackenzie trying to show that he's not hurt here. And Eimantas Stanionis, once again, he's got him where he wanted him. In the corner. Now he's just trying to see where he can find an opening. Maybe that left hook that you were talking about, that the coach required.
Look, if Stanionis is giving Mackenzie time to breathe, even if a second, Mackenzie is trying to throw, but as soon as Eimantas puts on his pressure, which he's doing remarkably well, there is no chance to even interrupt in between.
There was a nice couple of shots there from Mackenzie, but far and few in between. We're halfway through round number 8. And we hear the arena chanting chanting up for Eimantas right here at his home soil. Hometown boy is putting up a masterclass. Two jabs in the straight, followed by some hooks from Eimantas Stanionis.
But even with that constant pressure, you have to respect how clean Stanionis does that. The ring referee doesn't have much of a job here. So everything, even in the very close distances, even with some little bit of clinching, both fighters are really high level, especially with Eimantas. He needs how to break away. He knows how to break away from the clinch with punches, step back into a punching zone, and he's just doing it masterfully.
An exchange of body hooks. Stanionis once again, that forward pressure never stopped. 1-1-2, trying to find his opponent, find the distance. And how many of these body hooks has JABULANI MAKHENSE absorbed? Just an incredible will to keep going. Again, big shots to the body, over the top by Stanionis. He's really trying to hurt now his opponent.
I think
he wants to put on a show.
He senses that he wants to put the guy out.
This is not usually what we expect from Eimantas Stanionis. He likes working round by round, technically, fundamentally. But here, I feel like he wants to make this. He wants to make all of these fans jump out of their seats. Let's see what coach got.
Bet tu lengvesniais smūgiais. Paleisk greičiau, bet geriau daugiau, gerai?
Ir pamušta pilvas, galo ten papriekį nelabai gerai.
Devintas dabar eis. Aš? Dabar devintas?
And just as we were talking about it, the coach noticed that Eimantas is trying to put on very heavy punches in the round, and he said to him, more output, less power.
Once again, nothing new here. Eimantas straight on to McKenzie. Just moving forward, putting that jab out there, following it up by some hooks. Jab to the body by Eimantas Stanionis. Nice combo from Eimantas there. To the block, but still effective. Oh, that was a big hook to the head of McKenzie with the left hand. McKenzie's trying to respond to with his body hooks, but those are not making any impact so far in this fight.
Those are more just like tapping punches, not the real punches who can translate into any kind of effect onto a fight.
But to be fair, JABULANI MAKHENSE is here to fight. He's in the round 9, halfway through it. He hasn't been hurt, he hasn't been knocked down, if I remember correctly. Eimantas Stanionis just is forced to work all 9 rounds so far.
But look, I know this is early, this is round 9, and everything in boxing can change in one round, but you have Eimantas Stanionis coming here in Lithuania after a loss against Jerome Boots, and right now he's putting on a show, a masterclass, completely dominating a top 65 fighter in the world. He's making a statement to come back and fight for titles. He wants that world title. That's his work. That's what he's working on. Not JABULANI MAKHENSE anymore. I think he's putting a show to show everybody in the world that he's worthy of getting another title shot. That's the most important thing to look out for.
Still 45 seconds left to go in this round for Eimantas to achieve that. Big shots now from Eimantas. Not as much volume as power. Not exactly what the coach wanted there. Eimantas again on the front foot, trying to find the chin of his opponent. He was very successful with the body work earlier. And I feel like that's how he needs to set up those head punches. Body first, head next. Only a couple of seconds left. And we're going into the final round of the evening.
We have been waiting for this moment this whole night. 10 rounds of professional boxing. This is the highest class you can see right here, right 100%. Now in Lithuania.
I'm just speechless by the relentless pressure of Eimantas Stanionis. You know, you see it on TV, it looks one way, you see it in real time, you see it in real life right next to you. It's just incredible how much he's able to put these opponents in an uncomfortable spots where they're not able to showcase anything. We've seen highlights from JABULANI MAKHENSE before. Nothing here, nothing in this fight to really grab attention. Only 1 round left. If he doesn't change something drastically, the fight's probably lost.
Only a knockout can help JABULANI in this situation, and I just don't see a way in which that can happen.
Clean uppercut at the start of the fight. The final round of this fight by Stanionis. Jab that landed clean on Mackenzie's head. Another one. And a good hook by Stanionis. Mackenzie's trying to punch back now. He's trying to go forward, actually.
But you are just seeing this Lithuanian heart, Lithuanian spirit, the one who overcame all the odds in professional boxing. Eimantas Stanionis, who became world champion. Of course, he lost his belt. We have to acknowledge that. But right now, he's on the right path to actually come back into the boxing world with a statement that he's ready, he's here, he can create problems for everybody in the world and actually get another title shot.
Now Eimantas once again putting his opponent in the corner, working the body. Body first, head next. That's been the game plan this whole fight. And this left hook has been the most dangerous weapon of his in this fight. The hook and the jab, 2 fundamental strikes. Nice check hook there. JABULANI tries to respond again.
Right now, Eimantas is just going relentlessly. As there is a little bit more than 1 minute left in the round, I think he wants to leave it all in the ring.
You think that Eimantas has to get the knockout by the way he's pressing right now? It's not. It's probably the other way around.
It is the other way around, but Eimantas is just putting constant flurry of punches. There is a fury in his eyes.
Keep those punches coming. Final 50 seconds of this final 10th round of the fight. Stanionis with the right hook. Big combinations, big shots.
He's giving it all for his Lithuanian fans right here in Kaunas. Thousands in attendance.
Got a little break of the action. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds until the history set in stone.
Eimantas Stanionis. Masterclass so far. Can he finish it off with a highlight finish? Just 15 seconds left in this fight. Stanionis pressuring, punching hard.
He's trying to break from a clinch, give everything he's got.
Another punch straight. A great combination that landed on Mackenzie. And what a finish.
That's history. If you wanted to see the history has been done. Now, Eimantas Stanionis' homecoming is just now set in stone with relentless pressure, absolute domination in the ring, no chance to breathe for his opponent. This is the guy who is ready to fight again for the world title.
an offensive masterclass that I'm humbled to witness from right here in Kaunas Žalgirio Arena. Now we'll get it to the judge's decision, and Ignas will let us know who's the winner of the fight.
And you know, this is the performance that we needed to see from Eimantas Stanionis if he wanted to talk about his next fights being the highest level fights he can possibly select. He came in, he showed that he can fight for 10 rounds, he can put the guy completely in misery, maybe not even putting him out, but just wearing him down so much that he's a completely dominant fighter right now. And you have to give props to JABULANI too. The guy came in to a foreign turf, he stood his weight for 10 rounds of that pressure that even puts a fear in us right here on the ringside.
100%, a true warrior from South Africa. He's shown that he's durable, he can take all these shots and keep fighting, keep punching, but we'll see if that is enough for him to at least win a couple of rounds in this fight. I don't think the winner, the outcome of the winner, is really in question.
And it's time for judges' scorecards and official decision.
We've got the final decision of the referees. 99-91, 190, 99-91, a unanimous decision, and the winner is red corner, Eimantas Stanionis. Eimantai, kuriam raundai, kuriuo momentu galvojai, pripažink, kada jisai kris?
Galvojau, iš tikrųjų treniravausi sunkiai, viskas gerai, manau, kad persitreniravau, labai sunkiai dirbu. Per daug kartais savęs turbūt atiduodu, bet iš tikrųjų pasakysiu, labai tragiškai šiandien boksavausi ir atrodo, kad, nežinau, 2-3 metus iš tikrųjų tie mano kalnelė, o visiems noriu pasakyti, iš tikrųjų buvo sunkus etapas ir gyvenime ir jau buvau metęs tą boksą, nežinau, 3-4 kartus ir dabar visada ant klaustuko einu į salę ir galvoju, ar dar myliu tą sporto šaką ar nebemyliu. Ir tiesiog labai sunku. Čia buvo mano didžiausia svajonė sukovoti Kaune, iš tikrųjų, Žalgirio Arenai prieš visus. Noriu pasakyti, kad myliu pirmiausiai savo šalį. Wow. Ką aš galiu pasakyti? Jeigu atvirai mačiau, labai daug buvo eventų irgi tiek renginių, niekada tokio palaikymo nesu matęs. Tikrai ačiū jums visiems, kaip ir sakiau. Labai myliu jūs, kurie mane palaikot, kurie nepalaikot, mane skatinat, bet aš labai myliu savo miestą, kaip ir sakiau, norėjau užpildyti savo svajonę. Noriu padėkoti savo mamai už viską, ką jinai man padarė, noriu savo žmonai, kuri rūpinasi mano mažąją, kol aš treniruojuosi ir stengiuosi. Ačiū treneriui, kuris visą laiką šalia ir mes kaip komanda, kaip ir sakiau, kad ir išvykau į Ameriką, vis tiek sakiau treneriui kažkokį laikotarpį, aš kažkur daisiu ir jūs atsivešiu ir būsim kartu, tai mes esam čia Kaune, turbūt mūsų abiejų buvo svajonė. Ir tiesiog ačiū jums visiems, ačiū rėmėjams, kurie prisidedat prie sporto, žiūrovom, kurie perkat bilietą, be jūsų nebūtų mūsų, tai ačiū jums.